Hi there, this is Dr. Mort Orman, and welcome to another episode of Story Time, where we look at stories that we tell ourselves or stories that are told to us by others that aren't really true and therefore contribute to our misunderstandings and to stress. So today I'm going to talk to you about a very famous story, which I call the Descartes story. And it's a very interesting story because this is a story that was told to us by other people, has been accepted for hundreds of years, and it all traces back to Descartes, a very famous man who's known for many things. And one of the most famous things Descartes is known for is his famous declaration, "I think, therefore I am." And that turns out to be an incorrect story, and most people don't know that "I think, therefore I am" is a mistake, that Descartes made a mistake in understanding what it means to be human, and he thought the differentiating feature between us and other living creatures is our ability to think. Turns out Descartes was wrong. He would have been more accurate, or he would have been accurate, if he said, instead of "I think, therefore I am," "I speak, therefore I am." Because you see, it is language that differentiates us, the particular type of language we have as human beings, from all other living creatures. And without the type of language that we have, there wouldn't be any thinking. We wouldn't be able to think. So language actually comes first, and that's what's actually going on when we say that we're thinking. Now, it's interesting that Descartes got this wrong and that we've carried this false story along with us because we have mistaken ideas. We have other stories about language which aren't really true either. So, for example, we tend to think of language as a tool that we use, that we're human beings and we happen to make use of this ability called language. Kind of like I'm using this umbrella here today. That this is a tool that I'm using. But you see, I could discard this tool, I can get rid of this umbrella like this, and I'm still a human being. I'm still able to do the things human beings can do. In a similar way, we could say, well, I have this arm, and we have arms, and we use arms like tools, and that's what an arm is. It's something we use like a tool. Well, you can lose your arm, and you're still a human being. You're still able to do all the things that human beings can do. Maybe you can't perform certain actions, but you haven't lost your humanity. But let me tell you something. You lose language, you stop being a human being. You stop being able to think at all in the way that we think. You stop being able to project into the future, to imagine things. All kinds of activities that human beings are capable of go away when you take language away. So the true story is not that we as human beings use language to do things with, which we do, but the bigger truth is that language actually uses us. You see, when we get born, we get dropped into a sea of already existing conversations that have been going on for hundreds and sometimes thousands of years, that have gone on locally in the area that we are born into. And as we grow up, those conversations that preceded us, and all the things that our parents tell us, and all the things that our teachers tell us, and all the things that we read in books and see on television and watch in movies, and every influence we have with other human beings gets incorporated into our bodies and shapes and forms who we are as human beings, how we think, how we feel, how we respond, how much or how little stress we have. These are all functions of language, and they actually get incorporated into us. They become us. They become part of who we are. So in truth, it's not we're just using language as a tool to communicate. Language is actually using us as a tool for being human and for having the human capabilities that we have. So there are two instances of false stories that we tell. Descartes' story, "I think, therefore I am," and our own stories of language is just a tool that human beings use, when the truth is very different. That Descartes should have said, "I think, therefore I am," and language is more like something that uses us as a tool rather than we using it. Although obviously we still can use language for various purposes and do use languages for various purposes like it is a tool, but it's much, much bigger than that. This is Dr. Orman. Talk to you next time.